everyone. My name is Lauren Jauregui, however you want to say it. I'm a singer-songwriter, artist in general. I just kind of like to express myself. And I'm born and raised in Miami, so I'm going to be taking you guys around Miami. I'm going to take you through my city.
A real one. And now I got to ask you first. So, what makes Miami so special?
Well, it's my home. it's I think it's the weather. I think it's the beaches. I think it's my family. The food that I get to eat when I'm here. It's just familiar streets and sounds and feelings.
And right now, we're in the 2021 Elantra. It's a beautiful, beautiful car. But I heard through the grapevine, you learned how to drive in a Hyundai.
I did.
So now it's
I
full
did. My
circle.
grandpa to this day has one.
He still has one to this
He still drives
day.
it. He has a Santa Fe.
Are you a good driver?
I am. I'm a great driver because of my grandfather. Let me tell you, because of my grandfather. He was such a stickler. Oh my God, it was so annoying. I remember being so annoyed by it when I was a kid. But now I love it because I'm so safe on the road,
All right, so what we're going to do is something very special. If you're out there listening, Lauren has been in Miami for quite some time, and what she's going to do is she's going to walk us through some of her favorite locations. Now, I frequent Miami a ton. I'm always down there, but there's a lot of places on this list that she has that I've never heard of and that I've never been to, and so I can't wait to dive in and learn about some of these incredible locations. So, Lauren, I want you to take us to a very, very special location. We're going to start off with Tropical Park. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, so Tropical Park is this park by my house that my brother, sister, and I, family in general, would go to all the time growing up. So it's like walking distance from my house or biking distance from my house. Like when we would want to play sports or we do anything like that, we'd either go to Glades, which is like a middle school by my house, and go to their fields, or we'd go to Tropical Park. And I love that place. There's like a pond that's so beautiful, and they have like the little, what are they called? Like the little buggies, like the Flintstone type buggies. You know what I'm talking about? That you pedal, the pedal bike buggy things. So we would do that as a family all the time. There's like basketball courts, tennis courts. There's soccer fields. There's all kinds of just places to play. So we go there a lot, and I love that place.
And such a beautiful place. Biscayne Bay, that's one of my favorite places. Man, that whole area is beautiful. It just looks incredible.
Gorgeous.
How does the bay affect you?
I mean, I just love it. I think it's such a beautiful body of water, and it holds so many memories for me. Truly, like I love jet skiing around there with my friends, and like a few of my friends have like a boat, and we would just go out there and just have like an amazing time.
How young do you start?
I like being in the water too. I just love it.
And jet skiing, like at what age does like a Miami person, like when do you start doing that?
Like when you're a tot, like teeny tiny tot. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my dad had a motorcycle growing up, so I didn't have a boat or a jet ski. That was like my more rich friends, because I went to private school. So like they had that, and I would be like, hey, what's up? Like, we going out on the boat. We're gonna go on jet skis. Like, are we going out? Like, they'd invite me to that kind of stuff. Like, but we start, bro, like high school, like 14 years old, at Regatta. Like,
tell me about the lighthouse.
Yeah, El Farito. So like at the end of the key, there's like I actually filmed LENTO, my video for LENTO, at this beach. It's like a little beach, and it has a lighthouse, and it's gorgeous. It's just a pretty beach to go to. I love going to the beach, so like there's mad beaches around, and that's fun.
So you're in your Elantra, you pull up at the beach. What's a beach day like for you?
Ooh, I have a towel. I have a bathing suit. I have sunscreen, necessary. I have fruit chopped up, ready to go and ready to eat if I want it. A book and music.
Do you stop by Sun
I'm by
Juice
myself.
Smoothies?
Or yes. Oh my God, I love Sun Juice. I'm so glad you brought this up. I love Sun Juice. They have so I get, when I'm being good, I get the strawberry banana smoothie. I don't know what it's called right now. I'm sorry. It's not Sunrise something or something. I don't know. I get that. But when I'm being like a little, I'm not gonna be that great today. I get the Nutella Nouveau.
Ooh. There's a Nutella smoothie.
Nutella smoothie, bro. And it's the
It seems too rich. That seems too rich. That seems too rich. I don't.
No, you think it's rich, and then you have it, and you're like, this is.
What's the consistency? Like,
It's
I don't
perfect.
understand. Like, so.
It's just perfect. I don't know how they do it. They're the ones. Like, if I want a smoothie, that's where I'm going. It's not enough.
Where is it?
It's in Sunset.
Okay.
So like Sunset Place is like a mall. So it's on Sunset. And you keep going past Yumuri Street. And it's right there with Whip and Dip is there too. It's like a little deadly combo.
A deadly combo. Whip and dip and.
I mean, like in the best way possible.
Yeah, no, I love that. And you said.
Whip and dip.
You go to the beach alone, so you do your beach days dolo.
Sometimes, most times, if I'm going to the beach, like, I also bring flowers to offer the ocean when I go. But most of the time I go by myself because I like to just be at the beach. Like, I like to be quiet and enjoying myself and reading. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be talking too much. But I also love beach days with friends as well. It just depends on my vibe, you know? Like, some days I want to go with my friends, some days I just want to be alone.
Do you read a lot?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I read a lot.
Well, I want you guys to jump back in the car with us. Now we're gonna go straight. We're gonna go straight down a very long road, and then we're just gonna get off, and we're gonna make one quick left, and then you're gonna be at Books and Books. Now, Lauren, I want you to tell me about Books and Books.
Books and Books is a really cute, like, cafe style bookstore. Like, in the center, there's like a beautiful courtyard and a bar, and you can go like at different times of the day. I think they're open pretty late, and you can get a drink, or you can get a cafecito, or you can get like some juice or water, and you can sit and read. And then there's like split into two, so there's like two different sides. And it's like what I would want my library in my house to look like when I get there one day. Like, I want, like, it's like walls like stacked to the top with books, and like those cute little ladders that go around, so you can go up and down them to get the books on the higher shelves, like Belle.
I see it.
I love that. I love it, and there's such a beautiful array of books. There's so many things, and like quirky books too, like not just mainstream books. So, yeah, I love it. I love that place. It's so beautiful, and I like being in beautiful places when I'm doing things I love. So picking out books is one of my favorite hobbies. I love sitting in a bookstore for hours and like browsing. So that's a great place to do it.
You can only have 3 books, and you're gonna be there for a while, but you can only have 3 books. Give us 3 books for that day.
That I'm bringing with me?
Yeah, that you're bringing with you. What are these 3 books?
I'm bringing All About Love by Bell Hooks. I'm bringing Our Prison's Obsolete by Angela Davis, Dr. Angela Davis.
Wow.
And I'm bringing The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho.
Of course. I'm so impressed with you today. Tell me a little bit about the Coral Gables Art Cinema and why you put that on your list.
Yeah, so that's right across from Books and Books, and it's just this beautiful cinema that plays like independent films and some mainstream ones too, but like mostly like independent stuff. And I love independent films, so yeah. Especially like lately, like I feel like the commercial market is just so washed, like in film. It's really sad. I'm like, another superhero movie, another.
It's too much.
Another one?
It's too much.
Another one? Are you sure? Are you sure there aren't a million stories we could be exploring right now? Like, I don't know.
So tell me about Finca Morada. Morada.
Finca Morada. So Finca Morada is this amazing queer safe space where they have all kinds of beautiful just conversations. They house people. They have like a garden in the back. They host like different gardening workshops. They have all kinds of beautiful things. Just for the queer community out here in Miami, queer POC people. And it's just, I love that place. It's beautiful. I've been a couple times. They have like beautiful festival days that they do. I just think I wanted to put a space that does really incredible work for the community out here, and not just a space that I visit for fun or I mean, this space also is fun, don't get me wrong, but it's also like, it's a haven for people, and they do a lot of amazing community work and helping feeding people, and a lot of its members are involved in a lot of grassroots and mutual aid programs out here in Miami, just helping people get fed and helping people help make ends meet in Miami. So I wanted to include it just so people know that there's mad people out here doing this incredible work, but they're really special.
Why is it important to give back?
I think anytime you take energetically, you must give back to balance yourself out. So if you're constantly taking from the world and you're using up resources and you're taking up space and you're, doing things, like, you need to, I mean, you don't need to do anything really, but I feel inclined always to make space for time to give to people who don't have as much as I do.
When you talk about amazing feelings, you got to put getting in the 2021 Elantra in that category. Sitting in that car, rolling the windows down, turning the music up, being on that highway, and then pulling up to the Fillmore. Can you tell me about a night at the Fillmore?
Yes. So the Fillmore, it's called the Fillmore. It used to be called the Jackie Gleason. It's just a dope theater that I went when I was on X Factor. The boot camp was done there, and I had gone to see a couple shows there before growing up, and then I did boot camp and I was on that stage. We did our boot camp. I got eliminated on that stage. I got put into a group on that stage, and it changed my life. That place was where my life changed. So yeah,
you still have a connection
I love
to
that
it?
place.
Do you ride past it and still remember those days and feel that energy?
Absolutely. I've think I performed at it since, if I'm not mistaken. I know that the girls and I did for sure perform at it after the fact, which I thought was really cool.
What's the thing that gets you going after you hear a no? When you get eliminated on a stage, there's so many people that walk off that stage and never come back. What do you think it was that kept you going and kept you motivated and wouldn't let you give up on your goals?
Well, they pulled me back in and put me in a group, so I didn't have time.
But you could have. I mean, you were going down
to go through that.
Yeah, but a lot of people still, that rejection is hard. How did you?
You're super right. That rejection was devastating, and it was even more devastating because I knew that I had put my all into it. Like 100% of myself had gone into every single moment that I was in that boot camp. So to get a no, it's like, huh? Like, what? No. Because I also had gotten a yes.
Yeah.
Every single point up until that point. So I was a little manifester. I saw a vision and I wanted it and I did it. Like, that was how I functioned my whole life. And so then for God to intervene and be like, this isn't going to go exactly how you planned. It was really jolting for me. It was like, what? God, like, but this was the plan. This was the plan. What do you mean, no? This was the plan. And then, whirlwind. No, actually, you're going to be put into a girl group. And I was like, oh, God, where did this come from? I don't remember asking for this one. I don't remember us agreeing to this.
That was his plan,
What's
not yours.
going
or
on?
Her plan, not yours.
Exactly. It was their plan. It was really their plan, honestly. Because in retrospect, man, hindsight 2020, not to be cliche, but for real, 2020 is what it is. Like, there's clearly a reason cosmically that this year is what it is. That it also means clear vision. That it also means, like, hindsight is 2020,
Yep.
All of these things are making sense that we've been saying forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, connecting. I never connected those dots. That's
connecting dots.
Wow.
Bro, all day. That's all I do. My brain is like dots.
Wow.
Connect.
And now, of course, the Elantra has navigation, but Lauren doesn't need it because she can connect it wherever she's going. She cosmically can zoom herself right there in the car, just like the Fairchild Gardens, right? Tell me about that location and why you put it on your list.
Yeah, Fairchild's just a beautiful, like, nature reserve. There's a bunch of different types of tropical plants everywhere, and it's like you go in and it's like open gardens, and can just walk through them, and you can have like a picnic, or you can just do you. I like to just look at plants sometimes and vibe with them and thank them for being here because they're so pretty. It's like when I was younger, a lot of like our kid pictures. You know how moms like to take pictures of their kids. My mom was like an avid picture taker. Like would dress us up the same and hire a photographer to take photographs of us in different places. So like for fun, like oh it's fall, like oh it's the communion, oh it's the you know what I'm saying. Whatever it was a reason. So we used to take mad pictures there. Like all my communion pictures are from there. Like I did a party once and we took our photos there. Like when we were tiny, a lot of pictures taken there. And just good times.
I love it. I love it. And then, so we're back in the car and we're riding along the Key Biscayne Bridge. Tell me about that location and why it's on your list.
Yeah, well, we were talking about the Key earlier. The Key is just a really beautiful place. Like, it's like a little island that has its own life. So there's restaurants and there's supermarket and there's 7-Eleven and there's Sir Pizza and there's everybody's from Miami knows what I'm talking about. Then you have Cranston Park where I used to go with my family a lot. My mom loves to like ride the bridge when she's feeling a lot. Like she likes to go over the bridge and just drive it and go to the beach. So she's taken me there a lot of times, and I also go there myself, like with friends and stuff. We go to Cranston, or if you're going to a regatta, you go out from the marina. I love that whole entire place. You could also run the bridge. You can do all kinds of exercise on the bridge. It's 7 miles though, so you gotta be prepared for
So you have to bring your rollerblades.
Not the rollerblades. Not the rollerblades. Not the
Yeah,
rollerblades.
they can't
I
help
am
you
not
through
that
that
great of a breaker yet. I gotta get better at braking, and then we can attempt.
How do you break?
Oh my god, on the inlines, it's so scary. It's on the back of one of them. Not even on the back of both of them. It's on the back of one of them. So you gotta be like bending your knees with your knee pads on, okay?
Yes,
Safety
this is all.
first.
I feel like I would be
pads,
breaking
knee
with
pads,
my elbows.
helmet.
I would be
I do
breaking
not
with
care.
my face.
I'm not damaging my joints. I want to glide, but I'm not damaging my joints in the process.
Man, Miami seems like such an interesting and fun place to grow up in. It feels like like it was like a really good experience. As I watch you talk about it, what was it like growing up in Miami?
It was great, honestly. It's kind of like a bittersweet thing for me because growing up was kind of intense. Because Miami, I feel like kids grow up really fast in Miami. And I guess that's everywhere though, but whatever. But it was also beautiful because there was such a beautiful freedom of being able to go to the beach whenever I wanted, and like my family being so close to each other. I appreciate that so much more as I've come back as an adult. It's just like how close we all were to each other. Because in California, like everything is like 30 minutes or more from everything, And here it was like 15 minutes, 10 minutes to get to everybody's house from where I lived, and I appreciate that, like that close knit energy with people who I love. I was really missing that. And yeah, just like the Cuban culture and all of that around me, I think that it really helped me create a very strong foundation of who I am that allowed me to move into the world the way that I did with like the confidence that I had at 16. I think that had a lot to do with Miami, like just the way that girls are and like the way we carry ourselves. I feel like there's a lot of people from out here who like we just that whatever it is you're doing, you've got that on lock. I don't know. Might have just been my friends, but I felt that way.
Calle Ocho. Am I saying it right?
Calle. So the double L is like a ye sound. So calle.
Calle.
It's like a Y. Pretend it's a Y.
Calle.
Like
Calle.
how you say Kanye.
Yeah.
Calle.
Calle.
Say
Calle
the
Ocho.
out
Calle
of
Ocho.
it. Calle Ocho. Yes.
Calle Ocho.
Yes.
What's Calle Ocho? What's Calle Ocho?
Calle Ocho is a street, which is getting a little gentrified now. That's how we all are. That's what we're all experiencing at the moment. But it's like a street where like mad Cubans just grew up and started up their lives. And there's all kinds of different businesses and restaurants and parades that happen there and stuff. And like when we celebrate things as like a culture, like it's usually somewhere along Calle Ocho.
Does your mom tell you the stories of what used to be there and what it was like?
Yeah, my grandpa also. It's so funny because like I actually learned to drive in a Hyundai, like, and he taught me how to drive in it, and yeah, we would cruise all those kinds of streets, and he just tells me everything about because he used to work as a maintenance man, like the
Yeah.
head of maintenance at a building in Brickell, and so he has all kinds of stories about different characters that live there and just what all these places mean to everyone. It's interesting.
So on the Spanish lesson, la carreta, la carreta, la carreta, la carreta.
Carreta.
Hey, la carreta, jaca la carreta. Hey, la carreta. Ay.
Ay, yes, that's
Almost there.
it.
La carreta.
That's
Okay.
la carreta.
La carreta. What is la carreta?
It's a restaurant. It's a Cuban restaurant.
Why did you choose this?
It's a beautiful Cuban restaurant. No, I'm kidding. It's a dope restaurant out here, in Miami
Where is it?
that I love to frequent. It's all over the place, but there's one in Cayoto that we go to. So we would go to this restaurant. My family and I would go to this restaurant like on the weekends. After church on Sunday, we would go there. Yeah, we would go there all the time. I go there with my grandpa all the time because the only thing he eats is Cuban food. So when I'm like, oh, I want to go out with you and I want to take you to lunch, he'll be like, okay.
Now are the
Like,
plantains
let's go.
there? Are they sweet or are they like the non-sweet ones?
Well, when you go to a Cuban restaurant, you can get both. That's my when I get a side, I get like a side order of plantains, which are called maduros, and then totones, which are the green plantain, smashed green plantain.
Mm-hmm.
They're both fire, and I get them both because I can never get enough plátano. Like
I'm a sweet plantain.
it.
I'm a sweet platanos kind of guy, you know.
If you get the right totones, though, like my mom's and mine, oof.
I just
Might
want
change your
those
mind.
edges. If I could those edges.
Ooh, the burnt edges.
Oh, man.
They're delicious.
And
They
La
are.
Carreta
They're
has the
delicious.
good edges. They have the good edges.
They got the good edges.
Very
They got the
important.
good edges.
Very important edges.
No, yeah, their maduros are fire. Their maduros are great.
Now being around your grandparents and hearing, I'm sure they play the old school Cuban music and the whole vibe and all of that. Did that affect you musically? And how would you describe,
Yeah.
the sound of Miami?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Miami has a specific sound. If I were to give Miami a sound, it's either like Latin music, so like salsa, reggaeton, bachata, like whatever kind of energy from there, and then it's like EDM.
Yeah.
There's a lot of EDM out here. There's a lot of like dance music, deep house music, electronic music, and like dance. There's a lot of dancing.
I feel like
all the
the
time.
bathroom at Live is where you know who you are as a person.
Oh, that is the biggest fact.
You know,
That is the biggest fact.
like you ever
That
just
is
wash
it.
your
You
hands.
really decide for it. When you look in that mirror,
Yeah,
you're like,
right? You just
you made this decision.
4 a.m. in the morning is some night, and you can still hear the music and whatever's going on at your table is happening. You just washing your hands, and
It's
you look at
happening.
yourself, and that's who you are. That is who you are
That's who you are.
in that moment. That is who you are.
You really connect with your soul in that moment. Like, what are you doing? Where are we?
You know who you are. What's something about Miami that you absolutely love?
I mean, I love the beach. I love the weather. I love my fam.
I hate the fact that as a tourist, we don't go to the beach. Like, I could go to Miami and be there a week, and I don't go to the beach enough. I always miss the beach, and I always,
It's a
when I'm
shame.
leaving on back, I'm like, man, I should have just spent time at the beach.
Dude, you don't even realize how badly you need to be at the beach until you're at the beach. That's how I feel. Like, I'll evade it for like a couple weeks, right? And then all of a sudden, I'm like, you know what? I want to go to the beach. So I'll get in my car, my Elantra, and I'll go to the beach, and then I'll be there all day, all freaking day until sunset, and I will be like, that was the best thing I've ever done. Why don't I do this every day? Why don't I do this
costs you
every day? I feel
nothing.
so rejuvenated.
The sand in your because I'm always out. I don't want sand in my toes. It's just it's the
Yes.
best feeling.
And
in
the
world.
ocean water, for me, I love being in the ocean. I love being surrounded by water. Like, that's one of my favorite feelings in the world, is like being in like deep water where I don't know where I am. I'm just in it. I love being in that and floating on the ocean water and diving into it. Like I just feel so rejuvenated afterwards. I love it, and I go in and out all day long. It's like into the water, out to tan, into the
There's a
water.
love story between you and Miami. How has it affected your music?
Ooh, I think it's definitely a facet of me. Um, like I said, I grew up listening to a lot of Cuban music, a lot of salsa, a lot of stuff like that. Also like a lot of R&B. My dad was an R&B head, so just kind of a wide range of stuff. Also rock music, also EDM, also all of the things. So I feel like kind of Miami's culture being such a melting pot of energy, I feel like that is something that I resonate with a lot as an artist. Is like I'm a melting pot of all of the things that I appreciate and love musically. So I feel like that's kind of definitely expressed itself. And in Lento specifically, I definitely feel like I tapped into more of, my Latin roots.
I was about to say, how does your family feel about that song? Like having that record, they must love that.
Yeah, they do. What's awesome about it, I mean, Lento's more like a reggaeton, so it's got like a dembow vibe to it, which isn't necessarily Cuban. That originated in Puerto Rico. So it's just like there's so much dembow out here. There's so much reggaeton
Yep.
in Miami that it's one of the like the leading genres I feel in that kind of take over the airwaves of modern day as far as Latin music goes here in Miami, especially for like the younger vibes. So it's a mezcla. It's all of the things that I've ever listened to just kind of coming out of me. So there's pop as well. Some of the rhythm, some of the melodies are pretty pop. They don't necessarily have like Latin melodies.
Hmm.
The song doesn't have Latin melodies like that, but like the music, of course, brings you in, and it has those elements that Tiny added to it to make it what it is. Because he's Puerto Rican.
Lauren, did you have fun?
I had so much fun. Thank you so much. That was a great conversation.
I know I've enjoyed my time with you. You've been so insightful, so informative, and so inspirational. You're an inspiration to a lot of us. So continue the amazing work. Continue to break barriers. Continue to do incredible things. And I can't wait till the pandemic is over so we can all come see you on stage. All right?
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, babe. It was lovely talking to you.